Hey everybody, today we are doing another episode of Book of the Month. I'm Matt and I'm here along with.
Tristan.
Okay, thank God we don't have audio issues. For a second I was like, wait, did I ever check his audio levels? And I didn't.
Oh no.
I was definitely concerned. Either way,
If the audio levels weren't synced up, our whole universe might be erased.
oh no, what happened was, it's not that they weren't synced up, it's that I was setting up some. I was trying to change the layout, sort of, and it's the same layout as you guys can tell, but I was trying to change it, and in doing so, Tristan, I created some new stuff in OBS, some like new areas to find like the camera and the microphone and yada yada, and so I'm set up just fine, it seems. But you for a second, I was like, is he? Is he set up just fine?
You tried to
Uh,
play God, Matt.
yeah, that's definitely the problem. Even the gods will be erased. And today we're talking about Dragon Ball Super Volume 7. Normally, this is where we hold up a copy of the volume, but we can't because we've gone digital. Tristan, how does it feel to be scum of the earth? Huh?
I mean,
How does it feel? You finally went digital, huh?
yeah.
Oh, sorry. You've had like, I know you've had something against digital for so long. I was making a joke.
I mean, other than technology being the burden of my existence, or the bane of my existence, a
I
better.
mean, both are accurate. One is just not the phrase.
um, I mean, yeah, depending on the series, or if it's a series I really want to collect, I prefer to have a physical copy. But for $2 a month, you could also have all of
If
this manga at
only,
your fingertips.
if only we were actually fucking sponsored. How funny would that would be?
I do
Funny
enjoy
would that would
starting up
be?
that.
What was that?
I said I do enjoy the app.
I do. It's just really funny because we're gonna be talking about how we
Yeah,
got on the app and yada yada as we're talking about the manga, and people are gonna, without even looking at our numbers, without seeing how low they are, gonna be like, "You're sponsored," and it's like, no, they're not. They're not just throwing their money around like that. No. So either way, uh, point is that yeah, we're talking about volume 7, and it's weird. It felt like so much happened, but yet it didn't, because they
yes,
sped through everything and didn't really let things breathe, which like
yes,
does happen in this manga, don't get me wrong, but they went through a lot of shit. They went through literally 3 eliminations in universe 7, and nearly 2 universes are already eliminated everywhere else. So it's
yeah,
kind of crazy to think about the fact that it's like, whoa, we like hot damn, you know,
yeah,
it just really like picked up the pace. Don't get me wrong, I don't want them to like meander necessarily, especially with how long it takes for us to get it, and it's also a monthly manga, and it's 35 to 45 pages per. So don't get me wrong, I'm not like, I'm not saying like, oh, they should spend like, 8 volumes on this one arc, but it's a big arc, and as of right now, it feels like they're just kind of like they're really picking up the, not even the pace, just they're speeding things up. It's hard to explain because picking up the pace makes it seem like, oh my god, it's so much, strong energy and yada yada. But
yeah,
really, it feels like if Goku got eliminated right now, they would just move on. Maybe have one panel of like, oh no, Goku, and they keep going.
yeah,
It's very interesting. Do
yeah.
you
I
do you
mean,
enjoy it or do you not enjoy it, Tristan?
I the thing I was gonna say about because usually so far with the manga, I've liked that they did kind of a different take. Like obviously the story is still going in the same direction as the anime did,
Right.
but there were certain divergences and different things here and there. And so far I've enjoyed that. In this volume, volume 7, it just feels like you said, they just trying to race through it as fast as they possibly can.
Right.
And it felt like nothing was really added, or that even if something was done differently and maybe there was a fun quip here and there, it didn't feel subsistent enough to compare to its anime counterpart.
I could
Like
swear.
there were parts in the anime for the
Yeah.
Tournament of Power that I did not like, and I was looking
Definitely.
forward to see what the manga would do with it.
Mm-hmm. Because they've
And
done so much either. they've done a fair amount different, I think. Not everything, but they've done a fair amount
Yeah.
that I was, I was like, where are we gonna go here? And it seems like, other than, like you said, a few quips, they pretty much par for the course. Like, they didn't like do it shot for shot, because again, they cut a lot of content with Krillin, with Tien, and with Piccolo. Like, they gave, other
Yeah.
than Krillin, they gave everyone their chance to shine, I think.
Arguably.
Arguably.
Yeah.
Well, you
But I
don't think
mean,
they gave Tien and
I
Piccolo a chance to shine before they were tossed? Tien more than Krillin, I thought.
barely.
Yeah, that's the point. It was barely, but this is nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
This
No,
was,
this is
yeah,
absolutely nothing. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I could swear, though, that certain character designs for other universes are different, though. And I'm not talking about like a Jiden or something. I'm talking about, like, there's some random universes I could swear I'm like, I didn't see you in the anime. It's little things. I could swear,
Yeah.
like, random other universes have, like, a few people. Like, there's one guy that looks like Cell, and I'm like, I don't think we saw you.
I think you saw him in like background shots, or maybe for like
Mm-hmm.
one punch
There's a Native
somewhere.
American guy, and I'm like, because he was early, like, he was like, it was like fucking Banjo Kazooie. He was the one holding on to an eagle.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was clearly Native American inspired, and I was like, okay, I don't remember seeing you in the. I remember the flying, like, bird type, because I remember them making a note of, right, he can fly because he has wings.
Right.
But yeah, so this was not your favorite volume?
No. If anything,
Hmm.
this might actually be my least favorite volume so far.
Ooh, that's interesting. I don't know if I could go that far, but because other volumes existed. But
Yeah.
I actually see where you're coming from, though, because yeah, it's not like they took out stuff to do something different.
Yeah. It
They,
just felt like they took out stuff.
yeah, or they took out, like, I understand having to do certain things for brevity's sake, but
Yeah.
there's a bit. It was too brev. It was too
Yeah.
brevity.
And
Uh,
like I think in the next volume they do kind of go back to form and do some different stuff and some different cool stuff.
which makes sense.
But
Let's
yeah,
see here.
that's not
Yes.
the focus on right now.
By the
But
way,
yeah.
anyone on the app, if they're like, I don't know what Volume 7 is, you schmuck, that's fair. I am. 33 to 36 are the
Yeah.
chapters. Because, yeah, how does that feel, Tristan? Going through the app now, they only give it to you by chapters, not by volumes. Unless you buy the volumes directly, and I don't feel comfortable buying a digital volume unless it's like heavily discounted or there really is no other option. I usually don't feel comfortable doing that.
Yeah.
So in this case, I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna buy it digital. I'd rather just buy it physical. But like you said
Yeah.
earlier, $2 a month. I'm like, wait. Not only, because the thing is too is continuously doing, let's say, more book of the months, right? Wink, wink, Tristan. We don't have to go with where the U.S. manga is. That's confusing to say out loud. What the fuck, Matt? The eighth volume comes out March 3rd. We don't
Right.
have to wait till March 3rd. It's all available on the app, even past what's currently available, even in Japanese manga
Gas.
volumes. Yeah,
But man, we couldn't possibly.
we can go even further beyond.
Is this the power of the Ultra Shonen Jump Instinct gap?
Jesus Christ. That wasn't good.
I know.
Oh, okay, good.
I
That was
thought you were not possible.
that's like autonomous.
Oh,
That's
God.
like autonomous Ultra Instinct. It's like it is. It's accurate, but it's odd to say out loud. Your cat is attaching herself to your hoodie. For everyone listening in, not watching, listening in through our Podbean, thank you. Hello. Tristan's cat Patchy is attaching herself to his hoodie for reasons that are not even known to his cat Patchy.
Basically.
Is she gonna break down the background? She's like, this isn't here.
Yeah, she might. She might curl up on the background. She's
Oh.
done that before.
Oh, okay. No, curling up's fine. I thought she was gonna like attack it.
She'll rub against it sometimes, and it has fallen down, but not during a recording.
There's always a
Then
first time
I-
for everything.
I know.
Either way, though, yeah,
There we
we.
go.
Oh, you mentioned you've talked about this before, like not liking certain things in the anime. We did review for Anna Saturday years back while it was airing. We actually took a look at every episode of Super, not one by one, but we pretty much took a look at every episode of Super.
Yeah.
Now, is there something in this volume that's like your favorite moment? Could you even say that, or your least favorite moment? I don't know.
I mean, I I guess if I had to pick a least favorite moment, it would be that Frost just up and kicks Krillin and Tien out of the ring.
Yeah,
They
Krillin, I
didn't
get.
even do anything. Like
Krillin, I
even Bear
get.
is just like, you didn't do anything. He's like, sorry, it wasn't my fucking fault.
Yeah, I'm okay with Krillin, quote unquote. Okay, I'm not okay with Tien. They didn't have beef like that.
They
Well,
didn't have beef.
I'm just saying that, like, hello, Patchy. I didn't realize she was attacking your face. Well, no, what
Yeah.
I mean is when I say, obviously, Frost technically doesn't have anything against anyone from that universe other than, Goku. What I'm getting at, though, is that when I say it like that, it makes sense that, it's the stand-in for Frieza, so of course you're going to have, Krillin get attacked.
Yeah.
Right? If Gohan was still a child, Gohan would also be attacked. It's the fact that it was Tien, and I'm like, I don't know, man. You're gonna eat those headphones, Patchy?
Yep.
I don't know, man. It's just odd to me.
My cat has beef with my headphones, though. That's for sure.
I'm happy that you've learned a new phrase, Tristan. You learn something new every day.
There you go.
How do you feel about the trio de danger? And they're
Patchy. She went to sit down and just nearly fell off the chair.
that's hilarious. Didn't Gohan meet them in the anime?
Yeah, he fought
But
against them in the exhibition match.
But he didn't in the manga.
I guess.
And that's why he met them for the first time. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, because they focused more on Goku fighting Topo.
Yeah. So, but it's kind of interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. Again,
It was too quick for you?
yeah, no, just like this whole volume just felt like, and I'm not usually this critical, but like it felt really rushed.
I mean, I think I think it was just a situation where it's like we have to get to the meat and potatoes.
I guess.
And also, I have to admit, look, I didn't hate the arc in the anime, but while this is too rushed, at some points it did feel like it kind of.
Oh yeah,
to
it
fucking-
definitely dragged.
Oh, okay. So
There were definitely points in the anime where this arc dragged on for way too fucking long.
right, and that's kind of what sucks about it is that it either drags on for too long, or it's like, whoa, bud.
Right. Or it
Calm
feels like
down.
it goes through it so fast that there's no substance to it whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's like I haven't
Yeah.
actually sat down and read the manga for, Dragon Ball or Z, technically all Dragon Ball, but I feel like even the World Tournament arcs in Dragon Ball, like I felt like you at least maybe it was just a chapter for each fight, but I felt like those were much more involved. Granted, it's on a much smaller scale too, so that's one thing that's important to realize.
I think it's just hard to balance. Even though I'm agreeing with you that this is rushed, it's a bit hard to balance having all of these characters on screen at once and also balancing a monthly manga. Having 1 to 2 chapters a week, let's say, that's a lot of work, of course, but having 1 to 2 chapters a week, averaging out maybe 20 to 40 pages or 38 pages, 1919, I think you can get more done. So, like, if you have a fight last, maybe, if it's 1 chapter a week, then it's probably going to last a month and a half, sure, in a weekly manga. But if it's, if it's 2 chapters a week, might be done sooner, but it gives you a complete sense of the fight. But it's always a one-on-one situation. I would argue it's much easier to write.
Yeah,
but in this case,
that is one thing I actually did like about this volume, though. It really gave me more of a sense of that this is a battle royale.
Yes.
Whereas the anime, it
Oh,
felt like you just bounced from one-on-one to one-on-one, or like, two-on-two kind of fights.
yes. I like the way they jump between everyone. That I'm fine with. Even if it was just, the speed was slowed down in the sense that we could see more of the fights. I like the frenetic energy that comes from jumping to this person to this person to this person and not really sticking on someone, I feel, for too long.
Yeah. I just like the idea that it felt like in these fights, like someone could actually, as much as I didn't like Frost just jumping in and eliminating Krillin and Tien right off the bat, but like when, like Vegeta jumps in against, Topo and Dispo, or, Goku jumps in for Hit. Oh,
Right.
that was another one. And just people jumping in on fights, like here and there, like that. Like, yes, there are multiple opponents, and at any time, a new challenger can jump into the fight that you're having.
And I like that.
Yeah,
Because
I
again, it
like that
happened in the anime,
it
but
did,
it
but
took long because they understandably wanted to show how a fight looked, and obviously
right,
that becomes the, again, it's, what are we gonna say? Don't have those fights happen. It's like, no, you want those fights to happen, but you focus on specific episodes, so then you kind of blink and you're like, oh my god, Goku has been fighting so and so, like let's say Toppo. Goku's been fighting Toppo for like a month. Oh shit!
right.
Like it kind of creeps up on you. You're like, wait a minute, hold on. Like, has this arc taken like 6 months?
Yeah,
I think the arc actually took 6 months in the. Although, funnily enough, one chapter per. That's another thing too. By the way, I think maybe this also seems the way it is because we're reading it not once a month. We're reading it like at breakneck speeds
yeah.
in one collected in one volume. I don't know if this would feel any differently if I read it month to month.
I don't think it would for me because still looking back at it collectively, I would feel like it's rushed.
That's fair. I just think it would hit you less at once.
Yeah, and
You know.
but I think even still, like chapter to chapter,
Mm.
I would feel like each fight was just rushed
You
through.
know what fight was rushed? Android 18 versus Ribrianne.
Yeah,
Like, god damn, that fight was rushed.
yeah.
I didn't hate the fight. I don't remember her flirting with Krillin.
Yeah, no, I think that was different here.
I like it. I only like it because, again, even though I don't like the joke of like, oh, she's ugly. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I love
Yeah.
Beerus. Beerus knows what he likes. Beerus created Freddie Mercury just to create fat bottom girls. Beerus knows what's up.
Wouldn't that be the Kais though? The Bears
I mean, he talked to the Kais. He was like, create someone who would talk about fat bottoms. What? Do it. What?
Whis just looks over. He does like his fat bottom girls. It'll calm him
Jesus.
down for a few centuries.
Jesus Christ. He listens to that music when he goes to sleep. Either way.
Sometimes he does this cute little thing where he just wiggles his butt in the air when he's asleep. Whis, what the hell? I'm sorry, my lord.
You're just talking about your cat. Tristan, you're just talking about your cat right now. That's why she's trying to paw at you right now. She's like, hey, cool it with that shit.
Well, no, Patchy only does butt wiggle when she has the target locked and, kill mode is engaged. I'm not joking, man. It's a very serious matter.
So whenever she wants food, she just does that. She looks at you, she slaps you, and you're like, why my nipple? Why? Why did you wiggle your butt and slap my nipple? Here's your fucking food. He just throws the unopened can. Figure it out yourself. Anywho, she's looking up at you like, why is he calling me out, Papa? Anyway, either way, yeah, the Universal Survival arc lasted episode 77 to 131.
Yeah.
Which means that it lasted from February 2017 to March 2018.
Yeah.
So nearly a year.
Yeah. Again, we're one end of the extreme to the other.
But again, it's really funny though because technically it is lasting a while, but
Yeah.
in a way because it's just the different mediums. That's all it is.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's very interesting because it seems like it does go into it. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it does go into the next volume. It doesn't seem to just wrap up beforehand. You know how we've been doing some stories, Tristan, or some volumes, Tristan, and out of nowhere, it's like the last one is the next chapter in the next arc, and I'm like, no.
Right, yeah.
It feels incomplete. I know I have to, like, that's the point, go out and read it, but it just feels odd to not end it on a satisfying note.
Yeah.
No, this one definitely goes into volume 8, so
Yeah.
they're not, they're not holding, they're gonna, like you said, it seems like they're gonna start slowing the pace down. But in this one, things just needed to breathe a little bit. And, I think there were some cool fights, don't get me wrong. And I don't think anyone was, like, out of character necessarily.
Yeah, no.
It was just an abridging without the now implied parody of it.
Yeah.
Because now the word abridged, everyone thinks of it as a parody.
Right.
And it's like, no, it doesn't have to be. It could just be a shortening.
Right, yeah.
So it's definitely abridged. I would like to say, by the way, goddamn Toyotaro knows how to draw cunning Frieza face.
Yes.
Never trust anyone. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that face that he has. I was like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely loving Toyotaro's artwork. Like, I love how everyone was drawn, and I like the different action scenes that he had. But I felt like we had better ones in previous volumes. I'll say that much.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think it's just a balancing act,
Yeah.
It's just harder to balance this many fights in this amount of time. I mean, I know he is telling where the story is going, but obviously he is also bound by some limitations.
Right.
Like, I don't believe Tori. I don't even know how much Toriyama inputs into this. What I'm trying to say, Tristan, is I don't think Toriyama could just be like, you know what? I don't like Jiren. Let's get rid of Jiren. Before, like, their climactic battle with Jiren versus Goku. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Toriyama's the one who said, no, I want this to be in the anime. So I think that's where... Like, I think he's been orchestrating it since the planning stages. But that's what's so odd about now having an anime that came out first.
Yeah.
How... It's super fucking odd.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure at this point, by the time, well, let me make sure. But when Volume 7 came out, it came out September 4th, 2018 in Japan. They were already far past the arc airing in Japan, the anime.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know how to feel. Like, I don't know which way to. I don't know, like, if it's a chicken or the egg situation again, where. It's not new content, but, Toriyama, I'm sure he pitched some stuff, and I'm pretty sure they've talked to him about some certain things for the anime, but they're not going to him word for word, the same way they didn't back in the day.
Yeah, because I know there was a little bit going back and forth with the manga and how they were portraying Jiren. And then later on, they're like, no, this is, like, how his character is going to progress, and they kind of had to swerve him back in that direction in the manga.
I don't think has that hit yet because I don't know.
Not yet.
Okay, because he doesn't seem all that different. Am I crazy here?
Yeah, no, you're right. He's still. I mean, it's more of how we saw him in the last volume.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it feels, because even in the, I don't know, in both volumes, well, he has some differences. It's not like he went from being Jiren to Ribrian.
No, yeah, definitely.
And so it's interesting. I think maybe their course correction was probably nothing that we could see definitively, or at least heavily, in front of us. It might be a lot of behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
Where, like, Toyotaro was like, and then he'll do this. And they were like, oh, no. Like
Yeah.
maybe, it was something like, oh my god, maybe, this is just a complete speculation on my end. Jiden will kill someone and get disqualified. No, 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 no.
Yeah.
Jiden
No,
Jiden does not
it
do this.
wasn't. Yeah, I don't think it was anything that large. It was
No,
more.
no, no, but it could, but still, different kinds of characterizations. Like, it could have been something like, oh, he should go in this any direction that isn't their
Yeah,
direction
I
is a
believe
bad
it was
direction.
more about his whole thing about being absolute strength,
Hmm.
being his underlying character feature instead of um like you wouldn't have Jiren from the anime deliver the line that he did in the manga earlier about I don't care what happens to the other universes, I need to protect what's right in front of me, sort of deal.
That's so interesting because I feel like that was his take in. I feel like that's almost everyone's take in getting into this fight. Not so much like, oh, I don't care, but like, I mean, I have to do this for us.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. Um, all right then. But either way, though, it doesn't seem like with how little they used Jiden. I mean, they had him fight up a fight against Hit, which was just kind of funny how that was so quick as well.
Yeah.
Oh, they explained his powers better here
Yeah,
though than I think they
that
did
is
in the
true.
anime.
Hits abilities are a bit easier to wrap your head around
And
in this.
maybe they were similar abilities, but the way they described it
Yes.
made
They
it
were
seem like
articulated much better.
he went, and I'm being serious here, I'm not kidding. He went further beyond in his powers. Where here it's like no, it's really a different power that he has worked up. It's
Yeah.
based off of his old. No, it's like to me, it's like saying you've gone Super Saiyan or you've gone God mode. One
Yeah.
is stronger than the other, sure, but they're on different wavelengths.
Yeah.
So in the anime, to me, if I remember correctly, it made it seem like this was his Super Saiyan 2, which is just odd to me because I was like, wait, but it's what? Like the
Yeah.
way they described it was like he stopped time even further, and better, in a way that somehow is stopping Jiren, but not. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? If I remember correctly, the anime felt very convoluted, and I couldn't follow it when they first described it. Here,
Yeah.
it's
I'm
very
pretty
simple.
sure in the anime he was almost trapping him in the alternate dimension in which
Thank you.
where Hit sends the time that he skips.
Thank you. That's what it was. That's what threw me off. Yes, the way
Yeah.
they yeah. So it's been a while. The way they described it was instead of it being oh you're slowing him down because hey you can quote unquote speed yourself up if you will by going through this dimension. Why can't you slow him down? Makes sense.
Yeah.
In the anime it was you are basically kind of trapping him in this dimension so then he can't even move kind of.
Yeah, and then I think like
He
yeah,
broke out. He
and
was so fucking powerful. He broke out
right
of a
that he
fucking pocket time dimension. And I'm like, then how
right.
can Goku do anything against this dude? And
Yeah.
not in like, oh, I want to watch way. Like, this is just, I don't know. I felt like it was, look, I love me some anime. I've been watching anime for 20 years.
Right.
Two anime. It can happen. This is your brain on anime. It can exist.
Drugs would have been cheaper.
Um, no, they would not have. This is $2 a month. 10 if you get the volume.
Right.
I still want to get the volume. By the way,
Oh
it's
yeah.
it's kind of funny. I still want to. Oh, you guys didn't like it. Yeah, but like it's not awful.
Yeah, no, I'm still gonna like I want to collect the series.
It
I'm
didn't
going
disgust me.
Yeah.
Like it's just is not as good as some of the other volumes. Only in the fact that it wasn't really newer content. That's how again. But the reason why I can't say it's the worst is because that's how I felt with the first two volumes. Somewhat.
Yeah.
Like it felt just as abridged. I think you know what happened. I know what happened, Tristan. I know why you're so glum and you're so down on this. I know why, because friends of ours have said, "Dude, when they get to the Universal Power Championship Tournament Edition, Yu-Gi-Oh Worldwide Edition Arc
Turbo.
Turbo, Power Rangers Go 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 Go, Power Rangers Turbo." That was when you were like, well, I guess not that everything else is bad, but I'm gonna love it because I could swear we've had friends and you've told me, oh my god, this arc is gonna be so interesting and yada yada, and you've heard how good it gets, And
I mean,
right now it's just very abridged.
I had another friend talk about how it was very different in the Future Trunks arc, and
Okay.
that came true.
Right. But not that it was different, but that it was good. I could swear someone
Yeah.
said to you that this arc was good. And so starting off on this volume, you're like, it's more of
Mm,
the same. Oh, they didn't? I'm
I
wrong?
I don't believe so.
That's
No.
odd. I'm usually never wrong. Interesting. Very I'm smile it's a joke
I
for those
suppose
listening
even the
in.
Messiah can be wrong.
It's a joke. For those of you watching, you're like, oh fuck, it just hit me. I was like, he looked familiar. Right, he's Jesus. Oh shit, it's Jesus and Obi-Wan having a discussion in the desert.
No, I have a friend who looks more like Obi-Wan than I do, and it makes me sad.
It pisses me off.
I wish I had his beard. I'm not gonna lie.
You just
He
gotta
knows
work
who he
on it.
is. I know. It's genetics, man. I'm never gonna have the beard that he has.
You gotta take all of that hair growth medication, but just on your face. Just on your pores. Don't get anywhere near your hair. Just put it
I'd
right on
also
your.
need a twinge of ginger in there, but it's not gonna happen.
I mean, you can. The dye exists. People dye their beards. Did you know that, Tristan? People dye their beards.
I did know that, Matt.
Good.
I've never even dyed the hair on my head, though, Matt.
Well, I mean, you should start somewhere. Probably the hair on your head first, but you could start at the beard.
I think I can pull off a Qui-Gon Jinn better.
That's fair. Qui-Gon and Jesus talking in the desert.
There you go.
Okay.
I can tell you how to project your spirit. Wait, maybe I learned that from you.
Did you dislike, even though it was already something in the anime, but did you dislike Goku essentially discarding his universe's fate to be like, nah, I want to fight Jiden one-on-one? When hits like, we could literally, because I swear to God, I bet you they could have teamed up and they could have like caught him off guard.
Yes.
I feel like they could have.
I don't. Honestly, you know what? They probably could have knocked him out.
I think
Actually, no.
Well, no. If
he's dicking around with them the entire time.
But here's the thing. Initially, he was dicking around. Yes, because he was holding back because he was like, I mean, this isn't really affecting me. I'm just biding my time. But if Goku went full speed as well, I think that could have thrown him off. I just think that 2-on-1.
Just a few seconds. Yeah. No, if they both went all out.
I think it would have been close.
Yeah. They definitely would have made him sweat, and he would have been pissed when he got back up on the stage.
Oh, yeah, no. He would have...
Then he would have been like, all right, now I'm going to beat your ass.
He would have punched Goku so hard, he just would have turned back into a kid like GT. He wouldn't even turn, like... He wouldn't even lose Super Saiyan. He would just punch him.
Goku so hard his tail comes back.
Yes. That's how hard it's like the joke about you hold your nose and you sneeze and then your ears pop out.
Yeah.
You punch him so hard in the face, the crunch pushes the tail out.
Oh my god. Oh, you knocked the blue right out of him.
Just you have Beerus screaming, "Hey Zenos, you know what would be really cool? If you put up a fake Earth moon." Oh, why would that be cool? Why does Goku have a tail? Well, I'm just saying it'd be cool. Immediately,
right.
Adult Goku turns. That would be, oh god, a giant ape with Super Saiyan God Blue Super Saiyan Blue God?
I don't think it would be able to hold that form.
It would, and it would destroy the fabric of time itself. Do you remember that fight from Broly versus... it was Broly versus Vegito? Gogeta?
Yeah.
One of the 7. So, no, when they fought in that beautifully animated, that will not look as good in Dragon Ball Super 2, the Super Ring anime, it won't look as good there, but they're going to try it, and it's not going to look as good. I
really just wanted to be called that.
Dragon Ball Super 2, the Super Ring? They're going to call it Dragon Ball Super Z or something.
I mean, I'm fine with that too, but they might not even call it Super.
I think for branding, they're going to call it Super. If it's a sequel.
Yeah, who knows at this point?
I mean, they're waiting. They're getting all this money.
I mean, I kind of think they're waiting a little too long, but
Nah. I mean, the anime came out. The last episode came out in Japan March 25th, 2018. But there was a movie in between, and the
yeah,
movie came out in January.
yeah,
So they're probably waiting till like summer 2020 to even start talking about it. Maybe
yeah,
March. Start like
right.
actually talking about it. But anyway, back on topic though. Yeah, I think that I don't know how this is on topic. A Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Blue giant ape would break through realities. And it would kill Jiden. It wouldn't know how it did it, but it would kill Jiden. I feel like because the thing is, making it giant ape makes it absolutely fucking terrifying and a monster. Goku holds back. Well, no, no, Goku holds back. As a person, Goku's not like, hey, I'm gonna snap your neck.
Yeah,
He could, but he doesn't,
that's
and
Vegeta.
and we respect it. Yes. Hey, I'm gonna snap your neck. Vegeta, at least say pretty please.
Pretty please.
Oh, I loved. Oh, so you're the second strongest fighter in your universe. For that, I'm gonna kill you slower. Vegeta! I'm not going to kill you. Maim, injure,
I'm not going to kill them much.
severely disfigure, but I won't kill. Oh my god.
I'm gonna beat you so badly, your god of destruction's not even going to want you as the runner up.
Oh jeez. They don't know that yet, I think, right? Has that not been revealed to them yet? I don't
No,
believe it has.
that's been yeah, that was revealed in the exhibition match.
Oh,
Because
okay.
Vegeta's like, oh yeah, you're the runner up.
I'm sorry, I have to say something really fucking hilarious. So I'm reading because I want to make sure that like if there's any cool moments, I pick it out and I'm like, hey, cool moment. So I'm looking through because I can't use my phone right now. I logged into the Shonen Jump app on my computer. It actually looks better than it does on my phone. Interesting. But point is though, Tristan, is I'm reading it and then they give you an ad on the side, and it's not even like off to the side. It's still like part of the 2-page spread. And the ad, remember that I'm logged in. The app, the ad says, unlock the Shonen Jump digital vault, only $2 a month, free trial. And I'm like, no, 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 I'm here. No, 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 guys. I'm doing it right now. I think there might be some confusion. I'm reading the fucking chapter. Anyway, what did you like the least in this volume?
Um,
Because we talked about what you liked the most, but what like
no,
really hit you?
I'm pretty sure we talked about what I like the least
Yeah, well,
and not what I like the most. Although I
time stop. Bum bum bum. You're stuck right there. I'm like, okay. What did you like the most, Mister? I follow the conversation.
okay. Um, uh,
Uh oh,
I mean, it was probably seeing Goku and Hit team up.
that's fair.
Granted, I'm pretty sure they did it a little bit, but I feel like they. Yeah, no, they did. They did probably for about as much time as they did here. To be fair.
It felt nice. It felt like that actually wasn't abridged.
Yeah. Oh, the one thing is, um, because I wanted to bring it up earlier when you said,
Mm,
doesn't it feel like Goku's being so cocky about like, no, I want to fight him myself,
right.
and you're not wrong, because the way Goku articulates it makes it feel like, wow, my God, you are holy shit.
No, I think
Like endangering the whole universe. Like, yeah, you are literally going to be erased if we do not beat him.
Sorry, it just
Oh.
seems. I'm just sorry. I'm just laughing because it feels like I remember there was this. I forgot what the sitcom was. I think it was animated, where they were taking quotes out of context. Like they were under the impression that so and so was a killer, and so one of them is like, "Boy, am I hungry!" It was like he feasts for blood, and it was like, "Hey, do you want to talk?" And it was just like, "I think I'm next." Like it feels like, Goku's like, "Boy, I want to fight you so much that I don't care about the fate of my universe." There's just like someone looking on like, "That man is a monster." Like one of the gods or something.
Yeah.
Who doesn't know either one of them? It's just like, why is he doing this? But no, yeah, Goku is not trying to be a dick about it. He's just
No,
like,
exactly. It's just the way he says it.
yeah,
Because the really thing is he's like, "Oh, confident, aren't you?" And Goku, like, I love Toyotaro for this specifically. He has him say, "Actually, no." But it's basically he's goal driven. He has a goal that he knows he has to accomplish. Like, it's basically, how did I think of it earlier? Oh, it's like the Sherlock Holmes quote of, in a way, of once you have eliminated all the other possibilities, no matter what
right,
you have left, no matter how ridiculous it may sound, has to be the truth. And that applies to Goku in this sense that we are backed into a corner, and the only way we are getting out of here is if I beat Jiren. I don't know how or if I even can do that, but I have to. And I have to get over that wall. He doesn't know if he can. He knows he's going to give it his damnedest to do it, though.
right.
And I think, like, thinking about it like that really helps because I feel like at the beginning of Super, for me personally, this arc and how Goku was acting, and even probably a little bit before then, I wasn't thinking of him like that, and it really did seem like he was getting arrogant, and it really didn't feel right.
Yeah, there was something in the anime. Maybe it was just repetition, but there was something that it was just like, bro, settle the fuck down. And I can't think of what it is off the top of my head, but it definitely was the case. Either way, are you okay, Tristan?
Yeah.
Okay. He's typing away, but like couldn't see what was happening. So I was like, "Is he being murdered?" Because like I'm just hearing creaks in the background as I'm doing something, as I'm like looking up some chapters and whatnot. So I'm just like, "Is the man being murdered before my?" Oh no, he's just typing. He just moved
Yes.
ever so slightly with a cat on its lap.
Someone's smacking me with a keyboard.
Someone's smacking you with a keyboard. That sounds painful. I should come
With
help.
each key individually. It's very impressive.
Ow. That's very meticulous. I
Yeah.
honestly, that's impressive. Most impressive. But I don't know where else to go from here because yeah, it was just a bridged anime.
Yeah.
I'm gonna level with you, Tristan.
Because Gohan and Piccolo, like, they don't get Gohan doesn't get that moment with
Yeah.
the fighter from Universe 10, which I really enjoyed that. Krillin doesn't get any time to shine, even though I thought the whole
Well,
shoe thing.
Gohan hasn't been eliminated yet. At
No, he
least.
hasn't. And I think in the next volume we also do get to see Gohan shine in a different regard. I think that's the
Excellent.
thing. I think all the cool and different stuff for this arc happens in the next volume.
So this is a transitional volume where we don't even see Master Roshi shine, although he might next volume. But even Master Roshi's like, "Hey, I'm not old and weak. Then let's see you fight, old man. Off screen, motherfucker."
Mm.
And I mean, I'm assuming right now he's having the most hard fought battle. He's done. Could you imagine? I think it would be even funnier. And maybe in the volume, there's some omake that make up for this. Like, Master Roshi's having the most heartfelt, intense, insane fight like he did in the anime. But we're just not seeing it. Like, he's
Right.
having this heart pounding, just doki doki moment of just like, and I'm not as old as some of you think, and blah. And like, it's not, but we're not seeing any of it.
Right.
How sad is that,
Oh,
right?
right. I did love the joke about Krillin being like, or Roshi being like, you have to keep your head cool in all situations before you go into a fight. And Krillin's
Hmm.
like, Tenshinhan, he couldn't fly before this. And Roshi's just like, I'm sorry, did you just fucking say something, Krillin?
Yes.
Maybe I should
Oh,
have you run milk
uh,
crates again. And he's like, oh god, no, please.
that was nice. It's really nice because like I felt like in the comedy there's so many good fun callbacks. So I was happy that in that moment they did something like that. What I was gonna say though, oh come on, brain. Uh, oh yes, reading this through the app, we don't have omake, we don't have any potential interviews at the end. We don't know if they are, and now you know how I feel about the sound effects, Tristan. It's odd, isn't it?
Mm.
Or did you not notice the sound effects?
What, having them translated or?
Yeah, translated instead of like completely redone.
Right. Um, yeah, I don't know if I really actually noticed them this time.
Wow.
No, because like
Wow.
I feel like the last few times I have, and here I just they didn't stand out to me.
Okay, so what I was trying to get at was is that when you look at the sound effects, they are in Japanese because this is being done on a weekly or monthly basis to try to get it out
Right,
digitally. They do the whole, shebang with like actually replacing the sound effects with English sound effects only
right,
for the physical manga versions.
right.
Which last time when you had volume 6 and I didn't, I was like, "Oh boy, that was a shock." And you were like, "Oh, okay." And now this time I'm like, "Hey, were you shocked?" And you're like, "Oh, okay." So
I
I
mean,
guess not.
I guess it just doesn't really. That's not something that's on my radar a lot. I mean, I don't know. I feel like
Do you not read the sound effects in the manga, Tristan?
I do, but not.
Oh, they're translated in bubbles. I'm talking about like anytime it's like over the art.
Yeah,
Like Android 17 puts his hair back to try to find that little tiny bug,
yeah,
and Fwip is
right,
not a giant flip in English. It's just a tiny little flip on top of it, which is interesting.
right.
Some people prefer that. They're like, "Oh, it doesn't mess with the original art," and I'm like, "But it does because there's now another sound effect on top of it." I'd rather have the flip be over the actual Japanese
Yeah,
art. I feel like that's cooler. And it just kind of like draws you in because instead of having to like squint and be like, "What's that sound effect?" It's like, do you remember
yeah,
that one from the Star Wars manga where it was like dong, but it was so
yeah,
huge it was over the entire. So it was like
yeah.
this
I
huge
mean,
Japanese sound effect, and
yeah,
then it was for AT-AT, and
yeah,
then on the bottom it was just don in
yeah.
English.
Yeah, like I kind
Yeah,
of almost I like the really big and like in your face like Japanese sound effect. I prefer that, I
but
think.
I feel weird about it though because with that sound, no, what I'm saying is with that sound effect though, it takes me out of it to be like, well, what does it mean? And then underneath it, you see dawn
I
softly.
mean,
I'd rather have dawn be big and huge in English. I don't know what any of these sound effects mean.
yeah, I mean I don't know. I feel like you can get most of them from context, but maybe that's just me.
That's definitely just you. JoJo even they're part of the. That's different too. When it's JoJo, they're like it's part of the story. But I know what's going on. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like
Yeah.
without sound effects I wouldn't know what's happening. But like I'm not gonna look at Android 17 moving back his hair and be like, oh, that's clearly a flip.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
no, I
yeah,
mean
there are a
I
lot
feel like
of
more
Japanese
the
sound
action.
effects.
Yeah, I feel like the action sound effects are really what I care about more, but
Snap, fish. I'm just start reading. Flap. I'm gonna start
okay.
reading sound effects now.
Oh my god.
Could you have gotten them all? Boom! Just by looking at it. Flip, flip, flip. I have to take an entire day just to read sound effects, but I have to do it like in a dramatic reading, like thud, thud, like it's Christopher Walken. Uh, I'm trying to find thumb, 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 thumb. At this point, everyone's left. There's no one listening anymore. Boom. Push. Push.
Patchy's just like,
Push.
hey, I'm down here. Pet me.
Yeah, your cat's just like pet me, please. All right. So anyway, we're done. I think when we've gotten to Christopher Walken reading sound effects, I think we've reached the bottom of this, the
That
barrel.
that's fair.
Okay, okay. Anything else you want to say about this one before we wrap this one up?
I just really wasn't feeling this one, and I'm kind of sad to say that, but I feel like it's going to pick up next volume, and I'm not saying like again, it's not like the volume's terrible or anything. It wasn't one of my favorites.
Yeah, I think which one had Freezer in it? Freezer. Which one had you, bud? Freezies. Which one had Freezies? Was it the? It wasn't the first volume, right? Oh wait, technically Freezies wasn't part of it. I'm referring to Battle of Gods. Yeah, the first volume I think was an iffy one. I didn't hate it. It's just that again, it's all about the rehashing.
Yeah,
The second volume, yeah, because that's the thing. I don't want to say this is the worst for me. I feel like it's on par with one of the earlier ones, like volume, let's say like 2. Either way, though, I would like to thank you all for watching or listening in. As always, if you like the video, please remember to like and subscribe. Again, if you're watching this through our Those Guys on the Radio YouTube channel, and if you're listening to this through our Podbean, thank you so much. Please follow us there as well, Those Guys Radio, and you can get a bunch of other shows there, not just Book of the Month. We actually do weekly podcast reviews, although this will probably be a weekly review that week. But usually we do podcast reviews on specifically on either anime, live action movies, TV shows, some fun stuff, Tristan. And but when it comes to manga, it's right here, Book of the Month.
some
Those
fun
Guys on the
stuff.
Radio.
Really? I wouldn't know. It's almost like I wasn't there for half of them.
That is true. It's not just Tristan and I. It's actually a bunch of us that get together
Oh, of
and talk
course.
about this fun stuff. So,
He couldn't
again,
stand me for all of them. He has to get rid of me at some points.
that is definitely a fact. And I
He
love
put
you,
me in my
bud.
little pocket dimension.
I love you, bud. And also would like to mention as well, we have our Patreon, patreon.com/TG Productions. Depending on what tier you give to, you can actually help us curate our content and also get these for download. Not just this, but other podcasts in our archives as well. Okay, so love y'all. Take care. Tune in next time for another episode of Book of the Month. All right, everybody. So, see ya.
I'm gonna go kick Jiren's ass.